Hey guys, it's your girl Jayantonette and welcome back to another video. So in this video today guys, we are actually going to be doing the well-awaited most hated fragrances by my followers. So guys, I was really excited to do this. I've seen a lot of persons doing it. I was like, oh my goodness, this looks like fun. Let me ask my followers, my girlies and my guys, what fragrances they hate. Now some of these I don't have in my collection, but I have smelled them before, and also some of these responses were like really surprising to me. I was like, oh my goodness, the girls don't like this. But nevertheless, I really wanted to get this video out for you guys because it was just really fun to see what your responses were. So we are gonna just get straight into it. I'm not gonna do any rambling, any long talking here. First and foremost, welcome to my channel. I'm Jayantonette. I like to talk about anything that's gonna make you smell good, look good, and feel good. That's what I am about. I love talking about fragrances. I like talking about body care. I like talking about wellness. Anything that's gonna make me smell good and look good, that's what I'm gonna talk about on this channel here. So if that's something you're interested in, take a couple of seconds and do click that subscribe button because it helps your girl on her channel most definitely. And to my returning subscribers, I always express to you guys how much I appreciate you. Do not take it lightly. I love each and every one of you so very much. Thank you for always stopping by, for always checking in on me, always watching my videos. I really love each and every one of you so very much. So without any further ado, let's get straight into this video. So guys, I actually wrote out like all my notes, my list and everything based off of what you guys commented on that post. So I'm also going to be attaching like the little snippets of things that you guys said about the different fragrances and so forth. So I am just going to start off with number 10, and number 10 is Burberry London. No, Burberry London is a white floral citrus fruity floral sweet rose fragrance that was released in 2006. The top notes are honeysuckle, tangerine, and rose. The middle notes are jasmine, tiare flower, peony, and clementine, and the base notes are musk, sandalwood, and patchouli. I have smelled this one before, and I really feel like a lot of people don't like this fragrance because of the patchouli. I think the patchouli does give it a little bit of dirtiness, and it doesn't really come off as a nice, true, sweet floral. I personally do not have this in my collection. I personally would not be putting this in my collection. I definitely can agree with this particular scent and agree with persons that say it's just not for them, because it was just not for me either when I smelled it. So I completely understand if you could say that. Burberry does have quite a bit of nice fragrances, but I just really feel like Burberry London is just not it. I can completely understand. I mean, if you do have it in your collection, I would suggest that you try and like sweeten it up. I always say this to people because I feel like fragrances are so subjective to the point that like today it smells like this on you, the next day it smells like something else. So you can always try to mix and like really try to sweeten up your fragrances or add different like body mist to it and so forth to try and just get what you want out of it. But for me personally, Burberry London was not it, so I completely understand why this is one of the most hated fragrances. Coming in at number 9 was Rebel Fleur. And I was pretty shocked by this because Rebel Fleur is like a fragrance that I still have in my collection. It's literally right there. Like it's a fragrance I still have in my collection. And it's a fragrance that I like. Like I've heard people say that it smells like a more mature grown scent to them, but for me personally, I like it. So Rebel Flora is a fruity, sweet vanilla coconut powdery, patchouli, musky, woody, lactonic amber fragrance. And the top notes are peach, plum, and red berries. Middle notes are coconut, tuberose, hibiscus, and violet. And the base notes are vanille, patchouli, musk, and amber. Now I must say, this is a little bit of a more sophisticated grown type of scent. It's not your juvenile sweet berry type of scent. This does have some complexities to it, and it is so sexy to me. It is a fragrance that I love. So when I saw this on the hated list, I was like, oh my god, no way. Like, I was so shocked. This is one of my favorite perfumes. Not like my ultimate favorite, but it's a nice fragrance and I really do like it. But I mean, to each their own. Everybody most definitely has their own taste and everybody is just not into the same type of scent. Like, I always tell people, like, you try your best with it and if it just doesn't work, it doesn't work. I mean, it's fine. Okay, so as I was saying, Rebel Flora being on this list was pretty much a shock to me because personally it is one that I like, but for me I feel like to each their own. If it is just something that you don't enjoy, I try my best to always tell persons to give certain perfumes a chance. Like, try your best to wear it, see how it feels, see, you know, what the feedback from other persons are like, because fragrances do smell different on each person. So while it is a favorite of mine, I can completely honest if it is something that you guys do dislike, because it does come off more on the mature side. So that is Rebel Fleur. Coming in at number 8, we have La Vie est Belle, and that is by Lancome. And this was actually one of the fragrances when I was first starting to get into perfumes that persons ranted and raved over so much that I myself felt like I needed it in my collection. So this is a sweet vanilla, fruity, patchouli, woody, powdery, white floral, earthy, iris, warm, spicy. And the top notes are black currant and pear. Middle notes are iris, jasmine, and orange blossom. The base notes are praline, vanilla, patchouli, and tonka bean. Now, as I was explaining to you guys, like, this is a fragrance that most persons always encourage you to start always your collection with. But for me personally, when I smelled it for the first time, I absolutely knew it was something that was not going to be a part of my collection because it was just not my vibe. I feel like the iris in this does give it a heavy powdery vibe, which is not a type of note that I particularly go for in fragrances. So if this definitely is one that the girls are not really gravitating to, I can understand, because as I said, it doesn't give me that vibe, that overbearing vibe that everybody keeps on burning and saying like it's so good, it's so good. I did not get that from this. I do feel like this is even a little bit on the like mature side. When I say mature, I mean more for like persons in like the more mature category. I don't know, for me personally, I just didn't find it to be something that I know would be my zhuzh or my vibe. So I completely understand if this comes in at number 8. I'm not saying that it could not be a good fragrance for you. As I always say, guys, try your fragrances before you make a decision based off of what people say, because fragrances are subjective. But maybe I would try another one of the other flankers, because La Vie est Belle has a lot of flankers as well too, but I just find that this particular one is not for me any at all. So yeah, that's La Vie est Belle coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have Pink Sugar by Aquilina. Now this definitely was another shock for me, because I talk a lot more about sweet gourmand fragrances, you know, fruity like fragrances and Arabian fragrances on this channel, and I have talked about Pink Sugar a lot, especially in my opening journey with fragrances. So I was shocked that I had a girlie on here that didn't like Pink Sugar. I was like, what? How could you not like Pink Sugar? Pink Sugar is a sweet caramel, vanilla, fruity, soft, spicy, powdery fragrance, and the top notes are raspberry, orange, fig leaf, and bergamot. The middle notes are cotton candy, licorice, red berries, strawberry, and lily of the valley, and the base notes are caramel, vanilla, musk, tonka bean, and sandalwood. Now I know that this fragrance has like a lot of notes in it, which can be a whole lot of overwhelming for persons, especially persons who are just starting their fragrance journey. Having a lot of notes in a perfume can be very overwhelming, but I find that this fragrance does it every time for me. Like, I have it right up here actually. It does it every time for me personally. Like, it blends so well with so many other different body mists and other perfumes, and I feel like it creates such a good sweet girly feminine combo. It does have a little bit of a slight overpowering sugariness to it and sweetness to it, but it is definitely a scent that will get you a lot of compliments, and a scent that men definitely really enjoy. So I personally, for myself, I don't know, I'd have to disagree on this one because your girl loves her some pink sugar, but I can understand because it is a little bit overwhelming. And I've even had a friend say to me recently, like, she had to warm up to pink sugar before actually wearing it for herself, so I can completely understand. But this is pink sugar and it came in at number 7. So at number 6 we have none other than Miss Gucci Bloom. Now Gucci Bloom is a white floral tuberose fragrance. The top notes are jasmine, the middle note is tuberose, and the base note is rangoon creeper. Now, I'll be very honest with you guys from off the bat, I am definitely not a floral girly. So I don't enjoy florals. I don't really enjoy heavy floral fragrances like that. And this is definitely one of those extremely heavy floral fragrances. Now, I actually smelled this one recently and it is a no for me. So I completely understand. This is heavy on the like 90s kind of vibe where like our parents were wearing all these extremely heavy white floral fragrances. I definitely do not enjoy this. It is definitely superbly mature, like for the senior citizens category, like not even the 40s 50s category. I'm talking about senior citizens. Like this is something that I will probably never wear because I have never really been into florals like that. I do like a light floral here and there, or a little white floral here and there mixed with my sweet fragrances, but for like an extremely outstanding floral fragrance like this, I personally don't like it. So I can definitely understand. I probably think this would be my number 1 for like the most hated fragrance I've ever smelled ever. Like I really dislike this. I really dislike this. So I completely understand if you dislike this one, and this is Gucci Bloom. So coming in at number 5, so we're almost getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, guys. Coming in at number 5, we have Versace Crystal Noir. Now, this is another one of those fragrances where I was like, what do you mean? Like Versace is such a great, Crystal Noir is such a great fragrance. Now, this is one that I actually blind bought for myself. So I definitely had that first-hand experience with it, and I had to like really work my way into it, find ways how to make combos with it and stuff like that. But I find this to be a super yummy, mysterious, sexy fragrance. This is a warm, spicy, white floral, coconut, fresh, spicy, lactonic, woody, powdery, sweet, aromatic, and musky fragrance. And the top notes are pepper, ginger, and cardamom. The middle notes are coconut, gardenia, orange blossom, and peony, and the base is sandalwood, musk, and amber. Now this is definitely a spicy fragrance. I do have it right here as well too. It is a spicy fragrance. It does give off a lot of sophisticated vibes. So this is something that I personally feel like you have to be dressed up for. It gives off really, really nice date night vibes as well too, like a really nice dressy date night. This will be perfect for that type of occasion. I really want to know why y'all hating on Crystal Noir. Like, who was really hating on this? Like, which one of you didn't like it? Comment down below. Let me know why you don't like it. Like, what is it about it that you don't like? Because I really like this fragrance, and if you guys like it too, you can let me know down below as well too. This is a fragrance I really like. It's super mysterious. It's not like something I have smelled before. Like, you know, after a while some of these fragrances can start smelling alike, but this is like a really, really unique fragrance to me, and I really like it. And I like to pair this with Wicked Vanilla Woods by Bath and Body Works. I find that those two blend really, really well together. The woodiness in each of them complement each other really, really well. But I like this one personally, but I understand, as I said, fragrances are subjective, so we can always understand when a girlie doesn't like something. But this is a Versace Crystal Noir coming in at number 5. Okay, so the next fragrance coming in at number 4 is Jadore by Dior, and this is a white floral, fruity, sweet, fresh aquatic, citrus, powdery, ozonic, tuberose fragrance. I think I have smelled this one like years back. This is definitely an OG fragrance. I think this came out in actually like the 90s. The top notes are pear, melon, magnolia, peach, mandarin, orange, and bergamot. The middle notes are jasmine, lily of the valley, tuberose, freesia, rose, orchid, plum, and violet. The base notes are musk, vanilla, blackberry, and cedar. So this is another one of those heavy floral fragrances, which is why probably you didn't like this particular one. I think it was like 3 persons or 4 persons or 5 persons that said they didn't like this one, I believe. But I mean, this is like a fragrance that just exudes maturity. It exudes heavy florals, and as I said, if you are not a person who doesn't like heavy florals, I can completely understand why you don't like this. And it just helps me to understand that these are persons on my channel that actually like the type of content that I do, the type of fragrances that I'm talking about, because we are more of like sweet gourmand, fruity vanilla type of girly. So the heavy florals is definitely a no. So Jadore does give off that really heavy floral vibe, so I can completely understand. It's something definitely very mature, which I would never probably have in my collection any at all. So I mean, if you like it, you like it, but the girlies have spoken, they don't like Jadore. It's just one of those fragrances that can be extremely polarizing as well too for me personally. So yeah, coming in at number 4, we have Jadore by Dior. Coming in at number 3, this is like a huge shock for me. This is Delina by Perfume Mr Marley, and I was shocked. I was like, not the girlies saying that they don't like Delina after all these people have been raving over Delina for the past year. I could hear things non-stop about Delina, non-stop last year. Like everybody was saying like, you need Delina in your collection. If you don't have any Perfume Mr Marley fragrances, you got to have Delina. So I was pretty shocked. So this is a rose, floral, fruity, fresh, musky, green, aromatic, powdery, tropical, woody fragrance, and the top notes are lychee, rhubarb, bergamot, and nutmeg. The middle notes are Turkish rose, peony, musk, battaglia, and vanilla, and the base notes are cashmeran, cedar, Haitian vetiver, and incense. Off the bat, I know this is something that I would have run away from, because vetiver is a fragrance note that I absolutely hate. It gives it this earthy green type of vibe that I really don't like, so I can completely understand that. No, I have never really smelled, have I smelled Delina? I think I have smelled Delina. I think I smelled Delina last year, April, I believe so. But I do have the dupe for Delina, which is Fashionable London by Zara, and if it smells anything like that, I mean, it's not something that I love like I'm head over heels for, but it's something that I can tolerate. So I'm not really a rose floral, as I said to you guys, so I can completely understand why y'all hate these fragrances, because I'm not a rose girl either, I'm not a floral girl either, and those are just not scents that I will gravitate to. But I was just shocked, because I was like, everybody's raving over Delina, how could the girlies not like Delina, you know? It was a huge shock for me. But I mean, as I always say, guys, you like what you like, you like what you like. So that is Delina by Perfume Mr Marley, coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have Light Blue by Dulce and Gabbana. This was another shock for me, but I kind of understand, because it's not something that I do like myself. It is a citrus, woody, fresh, fruity, aromatic, musky, powdery, and green fragrance, and the top notes are Sicilian lemon, apple, cedar, and bellflower, and the middle notes are bamboo, jasmine, and white rose, and the base notes are cedar, musk, and amber. Now this combination off the bat reminds me a lot of Dylan Turquoise by Versace, because they do have a similar vibe going on for them. And although I have really tried with that fragrance, like I've really tried to like it, I'm not really a fresh aquatic type of person. I don't really like fresh aquatic scents, and I feel like when they add the wood and the citrus together, it can give it like an off smell, like almost like a moldy smell. So I don't really like it together. Now I have smelled Light Blue on somebody else, and it wasn't like, oh my goodness, what do you have on? It was like, oh wow, this smells nice and pleasant on you. So it's, you know, it's I know it's a nice fragrance, but it's not a love for your girl either. So I understand. It gives off like a musty kind of scent, like not a musk, not like a nice musk, but a nasty muskiness, like almost like you smell bad kind of thing. I don't know. Comment down below if you feel that way about it as well too. But I was like, these girls are really giving out the fragrances. Like, you guys are giving out all the fragrances that persons like totally rave about when you start getting into fragrances. Like, you need to have this, you need to have that. So I was pretty shocked at this one, but I was like, okay, I understand, because your girl is not a citrus girl either. She is not at all. I can tolerate a little bit of musks, but I am not a lover of it, if you got what I'm saying. So coming in at number 2, we have Dulce and Gabbana, Light Blue. And coming in at number 1, we have none other than Angel by Mugler. Now guys, Angel is a fragrance that I always heard persons like. Initially when I started in the fragrance groups and stuff, I heard a lot of people rant and rave over this particular perfume. I did smell this one last year as well too, at the same time that I had smelled Alien, I think it was. I smelled this one as well too, and I smelled the red one as well. No, long lasting right off the bat, yes, I have to give that to Mugler perfumes. They do last really long. Are they polarizing? Extremely. Like, they can be hella polarizing. I feel like they add so many scent notes together that it's just automatic for you to know that, okay, once you take up a Mugler perfume, like, you're gonna have an instant headache. I just feel like it's that. So the main accords in this is sweet, patchouli, warm, spicy, fruity, caramel, vanilla, woody, honey, powdery, chocolate. The top notes are cotton candy, coconut, cassis, melon, jasmine, bergamot, pineapple, and mandarin orange. The middle notes are honey, red berries, blackberry, plum, apricot, peach, jasmine, orchid, caraway, nutmeg, rose, and lily of the valley. And the base notes are patchouli, chocolate, caramel, vanilla, tonka bean, amber, musk, and sandalwood. Now, like, this off the bat, y'all know that this is a heavy hitter. Like, this is something that will knock you out. So I do hear that person say that this is like a fragrance that is way better for the winter time, like the cold days, because, you know, once the sun hits all those notes, you about to choke yourself and everybody else around you out. So I mean, this is a fragrance that I already know once I put this on, I will definitely like have a migraine. So this is definitely a no for me too. I completely understand. And this was the one that most of you guys actually talked about, saying like, this is your hated perfume. I don't have that in my collection. I don't ever plan to have it in my collection. Like, I think fragrances that have so many scent notes are just already a disaster waiting to happen. That's just how I feel personally. I could be wrong. I could find a fragrance that has a lot of scent notes and it works out perfectly. But for me personally, I feel like once it has that amount of scent notes in it, like, it's already a disaster waiting to happen. So Mugler Angel by Mugler was the top one. I feel like this is a really heavy polarizing perfume, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you like it, I'm there with you, girl. Like, you know, that's your preference. I will never bash people's preferences, but for me, it's definitely a no. So I completely understand. So coming in at the number one spot, we have Angel by Mugler. Okay guys, so we have come to the end of this video. I definitely want to say thank you to you guys for just stopping by and for watching this entire video. Don't forget to leave me your scent of the day down below. I absolutely love when you guys let me know what you're wearing, because I like new combos, I like to get new fragrances, and you know, your girl loves to smell good. So whenever you let me know down below what you have on, you know, I go and I research and I'm like, oh, this is what it is or whatever, you know, if I don't have it in my collection already. So let me know down below what you are wearing today. As usual guys, don't forget that I always post my scent of the day on my Instagram and as well as on my community page on a daily basis. You can find me at Jayantonette_, both on my Instagram and on my TikTok. I post on TikTok at least 3 times per week, so you can find me there as well too. Interact with me, always leave me a DM. You know guys, my DMs are always open, so if you have any questions, if you want to know anything, if you want to see any particular type of content, let me know either in the comment down below or on my socials. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. Thank you so much for watching this video. So until the next one, bye my love.